Okay. Here's to figuring it all out all over again.
Every single time.
Every single time. And it's going to be crooked.
Great.
Because the whole thing doesn't want to...
We could be crooked.
We can be slightly crooked? I don't know.
We need to get a better stand.
Dude, I'm working with what I got here. I don't have any more time on my hands to figure any more crap out.
That's true.
So, I think I know why. It's because this is literally getting stuck. I love my life. Any better?
Yeah, it looks better.
Okay. Always a work in progress. Anyway.
Welcome.
Welcome. Long time no see, everybody.
I know.
Oh my god. Here's to trying to do this on a more regular basis. Haha. Jokes on you.
Regular basis as in like maybe like monthly.
Yeah, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. I need to get myself situated. I hope y'all have been doing well. I have been very, very busy. I don't know about Tori.
I also have been very busy because my work decided to have another surprise audit. Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
We thought about bringing this to you guys like 2-ish weeks ago. And then...
Surprise!
Audit! So, this was the next date that, allowed for us to get together and do a thing. It's been a long day. Someone stayed up to watch the Grammys last night.
Of course.
Way past my bedtime. So
of 8 o'clock.
I'm drinking some iced coffee. Because I'm sleepy.
Did Taylor Swift win 15 awards?
No, she won 2.
Okay.
But the nice, wonderful thing is that she now is an Album of the Year winner 4 times for 4 different albums. Mm-hmm. And that's never happened before. For anybody, man or woman or non-binary bestie.
Good for her.
So, it's a record that, Prince didn't accomplish, the Beatles didn't accomplish, that's, solid. So, yeah, and the other thing that happened last night was she dropped the news that she's coming out with a brand new album, on April 19th, which, for the American history buffs out there, that was the start of the American Revolution. So, it coincides with the fact that we think it's going to be a breakup album from her British boyfriend, Joe.
Oh.
So, Taylor's all about symbolism and, numerology and that.
Okay.
So dates are significant.
Okay.
So.
I'm learning so many things about Taylor Swift that I never thought.
You'd ever learn?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Well, I don't make the conspiracy theories, but I do find them very interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was thinking when you said American Revolution, I was just like, oh yeah, all the conservatives are angry at her. So I was
yes.
like, oh, is she gonna enact a new album to
apparently
ignite all of her Swifties into voting Democrat? I don't.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But
I don't know.
All I know is the Republicans are angry.
Yeah, they're like, is she CIA? Is she a spy?
Yeah.
She's a plant. It's calm down, everybody.
Calm down,
Calm down. Calm down.
And
if you weren't looking for any more Swiftie content, this will be the last little bit. So the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
And so, because the Eagles are not in the Super Bowl, because I'm an Eagles fan, I am making a Kansas City Chiefs hat tonight. I'm casting it on. I just got this yarn in the mail. Mm-hmm. I bought a custom shirt that says, "Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me." So it's a reference to Taylor Swift and Travis for the Chiefs game. So that's the end of that. But I'm starting with some Malabrigo Rios in Sunset and Ravelry Red. I thought very, very fitting. And it is going to be the Valkyrie hat by Jennifer Shields Tolan. Yes.
Yeah, so, I'm super into football and super into Taylor Swift, so very excited for that hat. Yeah.
Tori.
Yeah, football. Woo!
Tori is not into football, at least. Are you into any sports at all?
No.
Okay.
Do I look like a sport person? The answer is no.
I love watching hockey. I love watching football. I love watching soccer.
I don't understand it.
That's okay.
I don't get it.
You're good. You don't have to. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But I was a football fan before Taylor Swift started dating a football player. So.
Oh, I know. If you go
Very
back,
fully aware.
Yeah, if you go back to last year when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl,
yeah,
you'll see Madison making a hat and me going, yeah, football, yeah. So it's just another year of football.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, you didn't want to be in our house on Sundays this past season. My parents were like, so you're watching another football game. How's Travie, baby? And how's the other Kelsey? Because if there were two, one's on the Chiefs, one's on the Eagles.
I see.
So anyway, let's get into some knitting before Madison goes down a complete rabbit hole and rambles about football and all the things that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Yeah. I'm sure other people care about it. Like, I'm sure a lot of people overlap with football and
crafts.
And crafts.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not something that I'm into, so.
Yeah. All right, well, steer us in another direction so I don't keep boring you all night.
All right. Yeah, so I'll tell you about my, my all-out war between, ladybugs and myself. So in case you're not aware, it's winter.
Yes.
And, so ladybugs like to infiltrate houses, for warmth. And apparently my house is nice and cozy for them. And so, I hired an exterminator, to come and spray.
Yeah.
Did not work. I really have gotten so fed up with them. And it's, been an all-out, war between them. I found one in my pants the other day on me. And I was like, are you kidding me?
All right, so your ladybugs are my stink bugs.
Yeah, I also get stink bugs, but not as many.
Okay.
But these stupid things they keep landing on me, they keep crawling on me, and I'm like, Sean, I really am upset about this situation. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, he's like, you're not gonna win this. You're not gonna win this war. And I'm like, watch me. So on Sunday or yesterday, when we're filming this, my father came, so did my mom, but she just wanted to play with the dogs. So my dad came and he was like, okay, let's look and see where, places in your house where they could possibly get in. He's thinking the attic and
sure,
windows and stuff like that. And so we spent time sealing stuff, and we found this broken window. So my house has this ledge that you cannot reach. It has carpet on it.
Is that how they're getting in?
I call it the double jump ledge.
Yes.
And we found out a window is broken up there. And the owners jankily put in what is it? I forget the name for it. But they put in some kind of rubber sealant.
Okay.
Jankily. It did not work as well as intended.
Okay.
And so a lot of ladybugs were accumulating in that area.
Weren't you also having a wasp problem from that window? Point?
There was wasps that are coming in at some point during the spring. I don't know if that's gonna happen this year.
Listen, it was happening here. I'm hoping with the new babies that for whatever we did to close everything up,
right,
it'll stop, because the last thing I want is for one of the new kittens to end up getting
poor babies,
stung, so I'm not here.
Right.
I'm not here to protect them from the mean little bugs that
Yeah, they
keep
don't know
coming
any
in,
better.
and they don't. Flare is completely oblivious.
Yeah. So that so yesterday we took some time, vacuumed up so many ladybugs. Took the time, like my dad looked in the attic. There's nothing in the attic to indicate like there were swarming in there. And like hopefully like we fixed the window enough where it's like sealed now. It looks like it's pretty good sealed wise. And like fix my bathroom and stuff where they are. These mother effers. I don't know how in the world they are.
They're everywhere.
No, I'm like okay. I only see like 2 of them.
Yeah,
that's fine. And then like later I see like 4 of them. I'm like, where
are they coming from?
Where are you coming from?
I'm not a bug person.
Neither am I. And I'm like trying so excuse me, I'm trying so hard to get rid of these stupid things out of my life.
So like the last time we talked, you were thinking about hiring someone to come out.
Well, but I was like, I first want my dad to.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, if your dad can figure it out, great.
Hopefully he didn't see anything like that was like super noticeable.
Yeah. But like one thing that I think we talked about was that because we live in the woods, like bugs are just a thing, and they're like you can do whatever you want, but like I don't know. My life has been very much much better. Wow, English. My life is much more improved since we hired like an actual exterminator, because we were also having a mice problem in the basement. So it's not just the bugs; it was also the mice.
Yeah. So, but you don't have any ladybugs, do you?
Not at the moment.
So, like, I get it. We live in the woods. Yeah, sure. But, like, leave the woods outside. I swear, like, these stupid ladybugs, I'm going to annihilate all of them.
No. They're not going to listen to you, Tori. I'm sorry. It's in their nature.
Maybe violence is the answer.
Okay. What are you working on?
So I'm working on,
You're crocheting.
I am crocheting.
Okay.
And I was so proud of myself because I got all my stuff ready when I came over today.
Yeah.
And now I have to look up the pattern for this thing I'm working on.
It's all good.
Hold on.
It's
okay.
That's definitely a normal thing.
Yeah, so this is the summer vacation crochet top.
Okay.
I'll show you the finished panel first, so it's in 2 panels.
And what yarn is this out of?
Hold on, I'm not there yet.
I'm sorry.
This is by Mama in a Stitch, or Jessica Potazis.
Okay.
And this is in Little Wolf Knits.
Ooh.
In their colorway White Caps.
Okay.
In their 420 DK base. Ta-da!
Cool.
This is my one of the common things that you've heard us probably talk about before is that when you get yarn from indie dyers or people that dye their own stuff, like
hand dyed yarn.
Yeah, hand dyed yarn. There's a lot of variation. So like you can see like this is variation compared to this. So you can see that there's big difference.
Definitely a difference.
Yeah. Oh well. Kind of whatever at this point, but I really like the yarn. It's really soft. And I ran out of it and I was able to order more, so it was very convenient for me to order more instead of going all the way down to Mother Knitter.
Yeah, because that's a drive now.
Yeah, that is a drive. I mean, that was a drive before too.
Yes, but it wasn't as much of a drive.
Yeah, we were right next to the parkway, so.
All right, I'm gonna show you something I'm not working on tonight. I ended up cutting one of my nails too short.
Ouch.
And so it's uncomfortable to knit certain things.
Yeah.
Especially really catchy, grubby things.
Mm.
But I haven't given an update on this in a while. So, and I missed my Thursday ramblings last week because I was exhausted. So,
yeah.
And also I was exhausted and barely knit last week because I was exhausted. Can I say how many times I was exhausted? Anyway.
It's tax season, ladies and gentlemen.
It's already started and y'all are driving me crazy. Anyway, this is by The Petite Knitter. This is the clairdelune. Wow, that took a minute. It is out of Topsy Farm Wool, which is a sustainable wool farm in Alberta, Canada. It is air weight. It is scrumptious and itchy. Itchy in the best way. But I'm very excited. I love how it's turning out. I have 18 more rows of the yoke before I split for sleeves, but it's not all over color work. So it'll be color work all the way down the body.
Nice. And the sleeves?
And the sleeves.
Nice.
So, the one thing about the sleeves, though, is I've never done color work on sleeves, so that'll be definitely, like, an adjustment. I'll probably go up a needle size on the sleeves.
Right.
So I'm not too tight. But that's been a pattern on my queue for the last, like, 10 months. And I'm just really happy to be working on it. I'm not in any rush. By the time I finish it, it'll probably be too warm to wear it.
Of course.
But I'll have it for next winter, and that'll be good enough for me.
Yep.
So. Oh, and I'm wearing, y'all haven't seen this in a minute. This is the Beloved Shawl by Jennifer Weissman. This was from our knit-along that we did over the summer.
Yep.
And I just figured I'd put something knit on because I felt like it. I felt like being snazzy.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a knit cardigan that I did not make. It's from Stitch Fix, so.
Very good.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do my knitting podcast and not wear anything that I've knitted.
I mean, to be fair, and we've said this before, my studio's warm. Studio's very hot.
Yeah.
So wearing a full sweater
is a choice.
Is a definite choice that we choose not to make.
Yeah.
Unless we're modeling something for you, and then we could
Briefly.
kindly rip it off.
Yeah. Yep.
So, that's one thing. You want me to show something else?
No, I could show something.
Okay.
Okay, so I made some socks.
Ooh.
Some perfect... They look so floppy.
They do look floppy.
They're so floppy. I made some socks. Some Perfect Shorty socks that Madison kind enough to give me the pattern for. So...
Yes, thank you for test knitting.
They're nice and floopy because I wear double socks, so...
Okay.
They're nice and comfy when I wear two socks. And they are made out of wool and vinyl. They're sock, classic rock sock. And this is the yarn that we got from
Cake Wool?
Cake Palooza.
Yeah.
And this is Irate Sins Not Tragedies, which is very important to me because I love Panic at the Disco.
Yes, love Panic at the Disco.
So was super excited to knit these, and I have leftover yarn so I can make another pair of socks.
Ooh, very cool.
And it's a very I've learned that there's like different sock yarns, like even though like they're literally made out of the same composition.
Yeah.
It's like these are like nice and loose, and the next pair of socks I'm gonna like show are stiff and like really hold their shape. So like maybe I should make another pair of your shorties with this.
With a different yarn.
Yeah, with a different yarn.
That's fair.
To see what it's like. But yeah, they're nice and comfy, and they're a little bit dirty.
That's okay. I'm making sure I'm not gonna... Nope, no twists. Okay. I have to do something weird. Okay. I've gone in the round. So on that note, for my Perfect Shorties, I am pretty much done writing up the pattern. There's just a little bit of like a language possible change that I'm gonna make, but we're gonna do a consensus because we have some friends. We have people coming over to our house, my house. You don't live with me.
That's true.
The house over the weekend. and I just want, other sock knitters to read over what I've, directions I've written, and, yes, this makes sense. Because we've got two disparities, or was it just one? One where we're like, okay.
It was just clarification.
Just clarification. But on the note of my Perfect Shorties, I will be eventually, not with the initial release, anyone who purchases my Perfect Shorties will eventually be getting stitch pattern updates.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want, for a lesser price, once the pattern is published, for one opening weekend, I always do a discount for those who purchase during the first couple days. But obviously, as I add more to the pattern, I'm going to be increasing the price because there's going to be more added on.
Right.
What will happen, though, is any update to the pattern that you've already purchased, you'll just get an updated PDF, which will include the stitch patterns. So you get it in at the low, low price, and then eventually you get more and more and more for free, which is really nice. So anyway, this is going to be one of the add-ons down the road. I did a lovely textured stitch pattern, and I also did an I-cord bind off on a sock, which, why would you do an I-cord bind off on a sock? Because I didn't want to do ribbing.
Question, what kind of stitch is that?
So it's like a broken rib.
Ah, okay. I like a broken rib.
Yeah. That, or it's a broken rib or seed stitch that, you obviously have the plain stockinette on the bottom, so you don't get annoyed by bumpies. But I love how it's highlighted in this texture. And I want to do a little shout out because this yarn is from Created For You by Laura. Mm-hmm. This is what the skein, the hank looks like. So it's lovely. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a color I would normally pick up. Yeah. As silly as it sounds, I picked this up to be, I think, a gift for somebody down the road. And I just because I wanted to support Laura. But I actually really like how these socks are turning out. This is in her Sassy Stash base, and this is chartreuse and pink. I can't read her handwriting. It's chartreuse and pink. So, which is very true. There's chartreuse, and then there's pink.
Right.
Simple as that. So, I really, really am enjoying knitting up these adaptations. I started the second sock, but we're just on the toes. So, that is where we are. We have lots of, newly casted on things. Mm-hmm. So,
yes, I'll do something.
Okay. Literally, my brain is not working. Sorry.
So, speaking of socks and speaking of, I guess, voting and patriotism. So, I have these 2 socks that I literally just finished today. You can kind of see the self-striping, but if I go closer, you could kind of see that textured design that they have. And rib all the way down.
I love that color.
Yeah, so this is from Knitted Wit. Do you want to guess the colorway? Because it is a very funny...
I don't know.
It is a very funny color. Funny. Yeah, it's very funny.
What is it?
These colors run for office.
Which, I mean, to be fair, it's got red in it, so red runs.
Yeah, and blue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's red, white, and blue. You could see here in the wound cake.
Have you blocked them yet?
I have not blocked them
Are you going to block them?
I don't know, because they actually hold their structure pretty well. Okay. So, like I was saying before, how each of these yarns are literally the same composition. They're made of wool and nylon. And this one is just, I guess, a thicker and, not a thicker, but a more structured wool. And the other one is probably
I don't know, maybe how it's spun or how it's treated while it's dyed.
Yeah, so...
Because that can affect it.
Yeah, that can also affect it. So it retains its shape pretty well. I'm scared to actually wash these because I'm afraid they will run, not for office. So it's going to be debatable on that. But I did have a question for you.
Okay.
So I use like this pattern specifically comes from a book called Knitted Socks from Finland.
Okay.
And it's by Niina Laitinen.
Okay. What's your question?
So my question is, a lot of the patterns that I have in books and like find online and everything are all top down.
Okay.
So how do you go about doing a toe up sock from that?
So I have a perfect example of one that I'm actually doing right now, but it don't have enough done on it to show you guys because I had to yank out what I was doing. Long story short, the 2 yarns, it's a colorwork sock that I decided to do toe up versus cuff down. But one of the yarns is actually, I found out after the fact, after knitting, I'm like, it's not the same gauge as the other yarn.
Oh.
So I'm doubling up on it. So I had to yank out what I had done. And that's like, whatever. I would prefer it to be nice rather than like the colorwork not pop the way it should.
Right.
But the way I do it, and colorwork socks is an interesting thing because it depends on how the chart is written. The chart for this one is a mirror image. So it really doesn't matter if I'm doing it toe up or cuff down.
Right.
Like, I don't have to change anything with the chart. I just reverse the instructions. I know how to basically do the whole construction of a sock. So, all right, I start at the toe. I cast on with the typical cast on I do. I do my increases to the stitch count that I need to. Then I go and do whatever the foot instructions are.
So how do you do, I guess that you do, like, how do you do the heels then?
I just do the heel that I normally do.
I see. Okay.
And then the one thing is, though, if there's pattern on the second part of the heel, which would be the first part of the heel for cuff down, that's a little trickier. So it's either I don't do the patterning on it, or I have to sit there and pull my brains out and hair out and go bald and figure it out.
Yeah, because the Be Creative socks that I've shown on here before, which is probably my favorite pattern
that you've done for socks.
Yeah, I will probably do those again. Literally, like the gusset part at the bottom by the at the bottom of the foot by the heel actually has like a B pattern in the heel part. So it's like it's super cute. Highly recommend that pattern. Don't remember what episode I mentioned them.
You've mentioned them like 3 or 4 times. So go check last year's episodes.
Just go watch all of our episodes.
Anyway.
But yeah, I was curious because I do all these patterns and I'm
it's a case by case basis.
Yeah, like I'm wondering how you would do like textured patterns. Like they wouldn't come out the same, I don't think, because an increase is different than a knit together, you know?
I mean, true. I guess it just depends on like where we're like what the pattern is. It's definitely a little more homework on the front end, but I hate cuff down. So if I really want to do the sock, I'll figure it out.
Why do you hate cuff down so much?
I don't like how I don't know. I just don't like the try on process for cuff down. I feel like it's awkward. I just don't like it. I also just don't like long-legged socks. So by the time I don't know. I just feel like it just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know.
She learned toe up, that's why. So once you MADesigns is a person.
I've done cuff down. I don't like it.
MADesigns a person that if she learns it one way, it's very difficult for her to
I'm very
learn
set
it
in my ways.
way.
I also just don't like being told what to do. So if a pattern's telling me to do one thing, unless I'm testing it for somebody, if I don't like it, I'm not doing it.
That's my pumpkin spice rising.
So you're gonna make me laugh too hard and snort. Oh my god. Okay. No, I just prefer toe up and I'll make it work. And if it doesn't work, I guess I'll grimace if I really want to do the pattern. But I am starting the Happy Poppy socks from StoneKnits. And it's a bunch of her patterns in that book are cuff down. I'm just luckily the one that I picked is, I'm able to do it toe up.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if you could do, like, a reinforced heel backwards. Like, I
don't know.
That would be an interesting project to see if you could do that.
No clue. I'm not even aware what you just said.
Okay, so reinforced heel is basically this heel flap right here.
Sure.
So you for the class.
For the class.
So you could kind of see like there's like long stitches and like short stitches. Like the stitches are different. So you could see like here's regular knitting and then here's the reinforced heel.
Are you double knitting?
No, so you're slipping stitches and you're knitting them
okay.
And then the next row, which is the other side, you're purling all of them. And then on the other side again, you're alternating where you're slipping and knitting.
Okay.
And what this does is that it creates a reinforced heel flap so that it wears down like evenly.
Okay.
So you don't get holes in your socks is the point. Which is, it's nice because, you know, that's the point of the sock where, your shoe or, you know, boot or whatever is hitting, the sock and you don't want it to wear away. So, a lot of sock patterns do use a reinforced heel, and it's typically, it is usually done, top down socks. So that's why I'm kind of interested to see if it can be done for a toe up sock.
I've never done it before, so I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't seen it in any of the patterns that I've done, so.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. So how's your spinning going?
So I've done a little bit of spinning. I started spinning in November, and I'm on my 4th spin-ish thing. I have 2 bobbins. They're currently resting at the moment. I finished one of them yesterday. That's why they're resting, because I want them to, like, they need to relax a little bit.
So explain to the crowd what that means.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay,
I'm just following my example.
So resting on the bobbin, you typically want them to rest for 24 hours or more.
Yeah.
And it kind of, basically, since it's all spun onto the bobbin, it's condensing and, you know, making sure that the twist stays in the yarn. So when you pull it off, it's going to, you know, remain twisted and...
It's not going to fall apart on me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's easier to ply and to hank up and then, you know, make into a yarn. When it's like freshly...
Sorry, I got distracted. It's just really, really pretty.
Yeah, so when it's freshly, you know, twisted onto the bobbin, you're not going to have, like, that
the bonds
stability.
Are not as strong.
Yes.
And therefore they might break apart if you... apply it right away. So this is from Jakira Farms in Iowa. And this is called Fire and Ice. And that is going to make a lovely hand spun looking yarn. It's giving me like major, what's that brand that I like that you don't, Spin Cycle. It's giving me major Spin Cycle vibes. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a little less than 100 grams because I think they gave me, it was 3.5 ounces. But either way, it'll go in a hat. Like everything is going in hats. So.
Yeah. Speaking of my spinning.
Yes.
What I did get done in the past month is this
That's really pretty.
So this is Shirsty Cat. I mean, like she doesn't really have like for her fiber colorway. She doesn't really have like names for them. They're just numbers. So
yeah,
I don't remember the numbers for this specific colorway.
I haven't run into many people who have names for their colorways for their fiber. It's kind of just like
sometimes it's like it's a colorway that extends to like their own yarn. So they'll extend it. I'm really proud with this one because I really liked the twist on this. The evenness of this, I really like, how it came out. I showed it to Steen, and she was like, wow, this is, like, really, like, even. Like, this looks really good.
Yeah.
And it has, like, a shine, like, it's, it got nylon in it, so it's got that, like, slight sparkle to it.
What, wool is it?
It's merino and nylon, so.
Okay.
We have a visitor.
SB!
So I'm really excited about this. It's probably about around, like, sport/DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, like, the
It's
lighter
really,
DK.
really, really pretty.
Yes. Very happy with how this turned out. I'm really, like, just trying to be consistent. It's, like, the hardest part.
Yeah.
Oh, SB.
Hi, baby girl.
So that's really what I'm trying to do with this, with all my yarn that I'm trying to do. If I do spin, my past month was kind of, I was kind of preoccupied with other things.
Yeah. What was that other thing you were preoccupied with?
So my husband was so generous to me and got me a Steam Deck for Christmas because I don't have a gaming computer.
And what is a Steam Deck for everyone that doesn't know what a Steam Deck is?
If you know what a Nintendo Switch is, it's like a handheld computer that you can play games on.
And that you can also, like, project onto the TV if you want.
Yes, also true. And so the Steam Deck is powerful enough to play computer games on, and I finally was able to play some video games that I've always wanted to play, including one that came out in August called Baldur's Gate 3. And I got tiny bit addicted to it.
Yeah.
And I might be addicted to it again because I keep thinking about replaying it.
Nice. I mean, to be fair, Dan is also addicted to it. So.
I need to go talk to him about it.
You do. You really do.
I need to ask him who he romanced.
I don't know. He stopped talking to me about it because I do want to eventually play it. I just don't.
I need to have. I'm so excited to have a full conversation.
You can go have a full conversation when we are done.
My husband has not finished it yet, so there's a lot of things I could not talk to him about, and I was like bursting at the seams because I was like, "Here's what I've done in my playthrough, and I want you to know." But
we need to talk about this.
He and his friends spent way too long at the brothel. I will just let you know that.
Boys,
I know. And he was like. The character that I gave him... Okay, let me backtrack. We used to play D&D together. And I made this character who was a drow elf.
Okay.
And he was a sorcerer. And he got kicked out of the Underdark because he lit it on fire on accident.
Okay.
When he was discovering his sorcerer's powers. So my husband was like, I'm going to use this character as my character in Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
And he's like, now he's my character and I get to do whatever I want. And I'm like, no. Excuse me. I
borrow him.
Yeah, he's my IP. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
So eventually, when I'm done, I'm making all the characters from Baldur's Gate.
Very
so
cool.
far, Sexy Vampire Man is first. So
all right.
That's what I called it.
Dan mentioned there was a vampire, and I'm like, I don't remember there being vampires in D&D, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh, girl.
Maybe one of our campaigns never got to vampires. So.
Actually, there is one. There's like a whole. I mean, if you didn't do homebrews, if you did like actual like from books.
Okay.
There is one specifically around a vampire lord that you would like he would go into his castle and like kill him.
Got it. Yeah. No.
I think it's like Castle Stad or like something like that. So vampires do exist in D&D.
In D&D. I like listen. Not that they couldn't. I just hadn't like encountered one in D&D.
Well,
which is
if you play Baldur's
fine.
Gate, you will definitely encounter one.
Okay.
And you will like it. Oh, Lordy, you're gonna like it, girl. Or at least I enjoyed it a lot. This game is explicit for a reason.
Oh my god! Talk about explicit. I just finished reading Fourth Wing. Have you read Fourth Wing?
No, what is that?
Okay, so Fourth Wing, spoilers, I'm saying right now, Fourth Wing, it's been out for a while. So.
What is it?
It's a book. It's a book series.
Okay.
There's 2 books right now. There's going to be more. It's based in this world where there's a war college and there's different like are you hot right now? Are you hot from the heat or are you hot from something else?
Yes. No, it's really like toasty.
Okay. Strip down, woman. Anyway.
I really cannot get my arm out of my
Oh my god. This literally, Stina's going to watch this and be like, what were y'all on?
No, she already knows about Sexy Vampire Man. I had this whole conversation with them on Thursday. You missed a lot.
I'm so glad that I was so exhausted that I missed Sexy Vampire Man. And I'm getting a recap.
Which is also, like, I was also questioning my morals. Well, Sean was questioning my morals.
Okay.
Because technically I killed, like, 7,000 people for Sexy Vampire Man.
That's fine.
And Steen was like, I'll do it for Sexy Vampire Man.
It's fine.
I was like, yeah, you would.
It's fine. Anyway, Fourth Wing.
Okay.
It's a realm of these people. There's a war college, and you get conscripted into. There's 4 different quadrants. So there's the Riders quadrant, which is Dragon Riders.
Okay.
There is the Healer quadrant, which is obviously like the doctors. Yeah. They have the Infantry quadrant, which is like your regular army.
Okay.
And then they have the Scribe quadrant, which is like your historians and like your like
they would definitely
lawmakers.
Put me there, but I would want to be a Dragon Rider.
Yeah. So you go through this. The story is told from the point of view of this young woman who is being conscripted to the Riders quadrant against her will. She has been trained to be a scribe her entire life.
Oh,
and,
interesting.
And her mother is the general, and her mother is like, no, you are not going to scribe quadrant. You're going to the Riders quadrant. Over my dead body are you going to be a scribe. And, like, she's been told by, like, her mother, her sister's in charge of making sure she goes to sign in at the Riders quadrant for conscription day, and that's that. There's no other option. And so you go through her first year at being a part of the Riders quadrant, and all the stuff. There's secrets and all these things that they're not being told. So there's one set of history that everyone's been told. There's a failed rebellion that happened, and her love interest is the son of the rebellion leader.
Of course he is.
That her mother's killed his father.
Of course, right.
So
it sounds like Fire Emblem.
Obviously, it's very good.
Okay.
And it is very steamy. Second book is very, very steamy. So if you are looking for something to read or listen to while you craft, it is up on my list of Goodreads.
Oh, I do like steamy content,
so it was very good to read, and I'm mad because I can't wait for book 3 to be here. But book 1 and 2 were both out last year.
Who's the author?
So, Rebecca Yarros.
Rebecca Yarros. Okay.
Yeah. So, very, very good book. Book series. I have a lot of other recommendations. I'm also a big Sarah J. Maas lover, but you are also.
Yes,
so.
I am. Which I also, like, I have not... I don't have enough time to read books. Because I'm too busy either crafting or video gaming.
And that's why I do audiobooks now.
I know, I should...
My hands are free.
Yeah, once my once I run out of episodes for the current podcast that I'm listening to, then I'm definitely going to invest into some audiobooks. Because I probably should do that.
Libby, if you have a library card with Hunterdon County, right?
No.
Why?
Because I'm stupid.
Okay. All right. Well, once you remedy that, there's a lot of free audiobooks through the library.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, like, if just to dip your toe in, that's how I read the first book of Fourth Wing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like there's a bunch of other books on there as well, so you can read all different types of things, or listen to all different types of things for free.
Yeah. So long story short, I was addicted to a video game. And so now I picked up my crafts again, but thinking of doing another playthrough.
That's fair.
Question: have you ever been to Dallas, Texas?
I have been multiple times. Why?
Because I'm going to Dallas in April.
Pourquoi?
So, there is a solar eclipse that is going to hit North America on April 8th of this year. And I've been waiting, well, Sean and I originally saw the eclipse in 2017 in Washington, D.C. Together. And we saved our Smithsonian solar eclipse glasses that have 2017 and 2024 on them.
Okay.
So we've been waiting for
7 years.
Yeah, 7 years for the next solar eclipse to hit in North America, which is this year. And so the best place to view it is going to be Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So we're going to be going to Dallas. We're going to use the weekend to kind of like roam the city and kind of see what's up. And then that Monday is going to be the eclipse.
Very cool.
Which we're very excited for. And then probably leave on Tuesday.
Okay. Very cool. We have another visitor.
Easy tour.
Flair.
Nope, she doesn't like you.
She's just like, hi.
She's doing her own thing.
Okay. We'll leave her alone. I've been to Dallas twice in my adult life. Mm-hmm. So I went to Dallas to visit, it's just yarn, babe. She's like doing a hunting stance with my yarn bag off camera.
And we call her Miss Wobbles. So.
Anyway, I went to visit an aunt and uncle that lived there. Like when I was about to graduate from high school. And I spent the weekend there. They have an awesome farmers market with like huge floral market and everything.
How's the barbecue?
That was fun. Barbecue's outstanding. Texas barbecue is my favorite kind of barbecue.
Is it? Okay, question. Is it also, like, is it spice rubs or is there sauce involved?
So, it's dry.
Yeah, that's my
You can get barbecue sauce in Texas.
Yeah.
They just don't put it on your meat. It's on the side.
Okay.
So that way, like...
So you can control
douse it with whatever. That's part of the reason why I like it, because I have an issue with North Carolina barbecue, which is very vinegar-based. There's some really spicy barbecue that happens in some parts of the Southwest where it's very almost hot saucy, and I can't stand that.
Oof,
I want to taste my meat, and I like sweet and tangy barbecue sauce.
I feel like that's like Georgia barbecue is like kind of like spicy on the spicier side.
I couldn't tell you because I haven't had Georgia barbecue in probably
a hot minute.
I think the last time I was in Georgia I was like 3 or 4 years old, so we're talking like over 20 years. I can't tell you.
Right.
My memory, but Texas barbecue definitely my favorite. And I most recently I was there for my 26th birthday. My mom and my mother-in-law, we did a girls' weekend, and we went to Waco, Texas, which is about an hour and a half south because we're huge Magnolia heads. We love the whole Waco, Magnolia Realty, Chip and Joanna Gaines-esque thing. So we went to do that. Also enjoy barbecue. And one of the really cool things about Dallas, there's a awesome couple of blocks that have really awesome street art.
Ooh.
Which is completely free. You just
walk.
Like, I mean, have your wits about you because you don't know where you're going. But like,
is it like we walking around Phoenix at night?
No. I mean, I don't like going and walking around cities I don't know at night anyway. Yeah. Because, like, there's an extra level of anxiety. But I didn't feel... It's not like walking around Phoenix at night.
Your dad telling you never to do that, and then me and Sean doing that.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Your husband.
He doesn't have the gift of fear.
No, he doesn't. He's a man.
Yes, he is.
But no, it's really, really cool. And then there's, I'm going to have to look up the name of the restaurant, but there's a bunch of good, like, Hispanic food restaurants. Mexican, Colombian, all different sorts. in Texas, it's just a good mecca for that as well as barbecue. But there's one specifically that I really enjoyed that we went to while I was there. And there's a cute little, like, I'm trying to think of the word for it. You know, those little, like, main streets that have, like, a bunch of cute little, like, boutique-y shops.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not, like, main town Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly where this restaurant is.
Like
so
Main Street, USA.
Yeah, I'll have to give you the information.
That's the best. I love those main streets because, like, you get to, like, go see these little shops, and then you get all your knickknacks and paddywhacks.
Yeah.
That's where I got, like, a lot of stuff from Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Was on that main street.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely fun, and if you're going for a weekend, that's the perfect amount of time to go. You don't really need to go any longer than that.
Yeah. It's about 4 days, so.
Yeah, no. That's, unless you're visiting family,
Mm-hmm.
like, there's a lot of places in the U.S. that you can tackle in a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. We were originally going to go to Maine, but historically, because the solar eclipse is supposed to hit there too.
Yeah.
And we've both been to Maine, but not together, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, I've been to Maine on a family vacation.
Sure.
And Sean went for part of his bachelor party with his friends. And I was like, yes, we get to go to Acadia together, because Acadia is my personal favorite national park.
Yeah. I still haven't been.
It is beautiful. I highly recommend it. And so historically it's supposed to be cloudy, so I was like, let's not wait.
Not the best.
ways. Yeah, and historically, Texas is not cloudy, so.
No, although I will say Texas weather is very unpredictable. It could be like hot and sunny one minute, and then it's raining and super windy the next. So,
yeah.
Like, just being mindful of that.
Right. So hopefully we have good weather.
Yeah.
Very excited that we were like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Why not? My brother wanted to tag along because he was like, oh, I want to go to Dallas in March and let me tag along with you guys. And Sean was like, no, this is our vacation.
This is a couple's, we're married.
Okay, well,
vacation.
Let me preface this that he just came back from Brazil with my sister and my brother-in-law, because my sister had to go there for work.
Okay.
To Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
And he tagged along with them. So he's like thinking like, oh, I can just tag along
with whatever.
And I'm like, there's a difference between, if you want to vacation with like, family, we have to plan it. It's not like you don't have to tag along with us.
No.
Like, we're all adults. Like, you should be able to
find your own person to go on vacation with.
But also, he's just like, I like going with family. And it's just like, okay, then let's plan something.
Let's plan a family vacation. Don't just sit yourself onto my vacation.
Yeah, hitch a ride. Like, and like, I didn't hitch a ride when he went to Toronto. Like,
no.
Like, I didn't hitch a ride when he went to, like, different places. So it's like, yeah, like, if you want to go somewhere, by all means, like, don't hitch, like, we are planning this because, like, the eclipse means something to us. Like, we waited 7 years for it. And, like, we traveled for the first one, and,
No, it's something cute for you guys to do together. You don't need your brother on your trip with you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. He's like, oh, my bond is closer with my sister now that, they went on this trip. And it's like, that's great. But, like, literally, when my parents were over, all they told me that all he did, like, in the evenings was, like, go out and drink and stuff and with my brother-in-law. And it's like, well, I don't drink a lot. I drink, like, once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
And then my husband doesn't drink at all. So it's like, we're just a couple of fuddy-duddies.
Yeah.
So.
No.
It's not fun for him.
I don't know. I've been on vacations where people just, like, decide to, like, leech on. And I'm like, I don't want to be responsible for entertaining you.
I don't
want to do that.
If I want to go home in the middle of the day and take my vacation nap, then I should be free to do so.
I should be free to do whatever I want. And they're like, that's why specific people I don't go on vacation with. I don't plan vacations with them. I tell them, like, the very last minute that I'm going on said thing. And that way, like, I don't have to worry about them trying to follow me.
Yeah. I'm just excited because I just get to go to the Southwest again. And I get to experience a different state. Which is
You've
exciting.
never been to Texas before?
I've never been to Texas.
Okay.
It
is a trip.
I know. I'm excited because it's a trip and
It's going to be a trip.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a trip. Better not have any abortions there. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha.
Well then.
But yeah, like obviously, like Texas is not our first choice, but like.
No, but I'm of the opinion that everyone should experience each state because they all offer something different, and no matter like all right, I don't have any wish to go to pick a random state and hopefully no one kills me in the comments. I have no wish to go to Oklahoma.
I mean, who does?
But there are things in Oklahoma that I have experienced when I was little. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. But I remember enjoying being in Oklahoma.
The statement that there are things in Oklahoma just surprises me because it just seems like there's nothing there.
I picked a random state, my friend. I can tell you one place where I don't need to go again.
Which is?
I don't need to go to Florida again.
Oh, nobody needs to go to Florida again.
Unless you're a Disney nerd, no.
There's one in California. They don't need to go to Florida. My sister unfortunately has to go to Miami.
I do not need to do that ever again in my life.
I would go just so I can meet the breeder of Penny in person.
Like you have an actual reason.
Because he would be like, so my mother has not taken a vacation, like has not gone anywhere since like
you've mentioned this.
Yes. So I was trying to get her to tag along. Like I was gonna say, oh, like we can make a girls trip out of my sister having to go to Miami.
Yeah.
And then the audacity. My dad says no because he likes vacation too.
But he's not putting forth any effort to plan a freaking vacation for your mother.
No. So I'm like, he's been...
Mr. Rocha?
Right.
We're going to have issues.
So he has been camping. He's been to, like, expos without her, and...
And she's not allowed to go on vacation without him?
One girl's trip to Miami.
Oh. You better hope I never meet your father.
Listen,
I better hope I never meet your father.
I would actually love to see the interaction between you and him. To be honest, I would love.
Why?
Because that would be very interesting.
Because you want him dead?
No. Because he's a Scorpio. He's such a Scorpio.
Since when do you believe in any of this?
I don't.
Okay, so that means nothing to me. It'd be one thing if you actually believed in anything the astrologers said.
But you believe in it.
I do.
Yeah, so
to a certain extent.
Yeah, so he's a Scorpio. There you go.
I typically don't get along with Scorpios.
There you go.
I think I've got one person in my life who's a Scorpio, but she's a very mellow Scorpio. I know that means nothing to you.
The podcast I listen to is like huge into astrology, so they're like Geminis,
blah
blah blah.
I have a lot of issues with Leos and Scorpios, and which is funny because
Sean's not on your good list then.
No, Sean is fine. Sean is Sean. Sean has his moments where I'm like,
of course.
Was that a full thought, Jonathan?
No, it was not.
No, I know, but Tori loves you and you treat her great, so. A, B to C. There you go. I mean, you're the same way with Dan.
Dan's a
Capricorn.
Oh, well, I think he's a man, so he's definitely he doesn't have like quote unquote Capricorn tendencies, at least I don't think. So he's very chill for a Capricorn.
So here's the thing is that Capricorns, in my experience, are very set in their ways.
Stubborn.
Dan's not set in his ways about a lot of things, but the minute things that he is set in his ways about, he like digs his heels in.
Like a goat.
Like a goat. Whereas like I am typical Aquarius energy. I don't like being told what to do. I like being outside the box and like my quirky self.
The thing that like really messes me up about Aquarius is that it's an air sign.
Yeah, it's the water bearer. And we're an air sign. We're an air sign.
Why? What sense does that make? And what does that even mean, air sign?
The element that powers it is the air. So there's the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air.
Right.
Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra are all air signs.
Right. Which I don't understand what that has to do with anything. She'll teach me one day about astrology.
I don't have enough energy to get into this conversation with the 4 hours of sleep I got from waiting to see if Taylor Swift would make history. She did!
Oh, hooray.
Oh, poor you. I'm sorry. Have you listened to your favorite album since it got re-recorded?
No.
Okay.
Question. What difference does it make? Like, if she re-recorded it?
So, a couple different things.
Is it like, I don't want to say remastered? Like...
So, she was not allowed to buy her masters. Remember? Right. They were sold out from under her by a really stupid man who I'm not naming because he's dumb and has since really lost a lot of his credibility.
Really? Don't know who you're talking about. So.
Anyway, she wasn't allowed to... She had a contract with a company that was then sold, and the rule with her contract was that she couldn't re-record any of her masters until like a certain date. So it was like so many years after the original recording. So she's been working through her old albums, and she's been adding new music that was written at the era of that album that wasn't originally allowed to be recorded.
I see.
For time or money constraints, it wasn't allowed to be re-recorded.
Okay.
So 1989, which you told me was like your favorite album out of the ones that you know from Taylor Swift,
right,
has 5 new songs.
Oh, okay.
So that's one reason. Another reason is if you do like listening to Taylor Swift, which I do, I listen to the re-recorded versions when I'm streaming, because even though streaming doesn't get the artist a lot of money, any streamed stolen versions gives money to the stupid, ugly white guy.
Yeah.
Who will remain nameless.
Question, when you go to Amsterdam, are you seeing her on the Eras tour? Is that what tour it is?
Yes! I will be seeing her on the Eras tour.
I see.
So, I'm very excited to do so. I haven't started it yet because I need to get through a couple things. But by March, I'm going to be starting my cardigan for the Eras tour, which is a cable knit cardigan. So, yeah.
Good thing you like cables now.
We're going to just go with it. Because it's Taylor Swift. But yeah, I don't know, man.
So question also,
yes.
Since you're drinking iced coffee now, how are you going to fall asleep later?
Easy. This is literally just sustaining me until you finish talking with Dan and I can go curl up under my pillow.
Oh, you don't need to be awake for that, sweetheart.
Okay.
I could talk his ear off all night about Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Cool.
But we should
I can fall asleep on the couch?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could probably end it here, though.
Okay. We hope you are enjoying this new style of content format. It's a little more chaotic, which I think is just more fun.
And right up our alley. We're pure chaos.
We are pure chaos. But if you have any recommendations or want to hear us talk about specific things that maybe we've talked about before but you would like a refresher on, or just completely new things, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, feeling, if you have specific projects you'd love for us to talk about. But yeah, I think doing this monthly is a lot easier.
Yes.
Hey girl, hey. Oh, hi.
Hi.
But yeah, so Anyway, that's pretty much it. I want to go nap for a while. Next time I might be able to talk about my garden that I'm starting.
Nice.
So we're going to be starting that in the next couple weeks. But yeah. Hope y'all have a nice rest of your February. We might see you in March. How about that? Bye, guys!
It's a start.